Okay, so the way we create the points for resurvey at the 10-meter intervals is by creating a temporary corridor first, and we set the sampling frequency of the corridor to 10 meters, and then we extract points from the corridor, put them in a point group, export them out to a CSV file or something similar, and then that's ready for upload to the logger. Okay, but first thing we need to do then, before we create the temporary corridor, is we need to create an assembly for the corridor. And just before I do that even, I suppose the points that I want to get create for set out for the resurvey, in my case, are the centre line, okay, both the road edges, and then also I've drawn these two additional polylines that are in the middle of each of the carriageways on the left and right carriageways, and I want to create set out points at 10 meter intervals along these lines as well. Okay, and then so at each cross section there's going to be 5 points. So the assembly then that we're going to use, just click on assembly here in the ribbon, create assembly. Just going to call it resurvey setout. Stick it in there like that. Open up your tool palette, so Control and 3 opens your tool palettes. On the generic tab here, I'm going to use the link width and slope. I'm going to put in a number of these links that are going to target each of the lines that I want to create the set out points at. Okay, so I'm going to use that link width and slope. I'm going to just attach it. I'm not worried about the properties yet. Just attach it to my assembly. So that's the link going out to the center of the lane on the right hand side, and then from that I need another link going out to the road edge. Okay, so I'm just attaching those first, and then I'm going to click on them, and in my properties dialog box I'm going to change the name, so that one would be center of the lane on the left. And then down here as well, when you're changing the name of the assembly, so I'm changing the name of the assembly so that when I build the corridor, it'll be easy to see what assembly I'm picking the targets for. But this point codes as well, I'm just going to give that the same name. So when we extract the points out of the corridor, the points will get whatever for that link will get whatever code you've entered here. So that's what the point description will be. So again, it'll make them very easy to set out and to see in the Excel file. Okay, so center left, and then this one is going to be, sorry, did I call that center left? It's center right, not left. Okay, yeah, so it's center right. Okay, and then select this second link, and this is going to be road edge right, and change the codes for it as well, so road edge right. And then I'm going to select both of those and then mirror them to the other side and just change the codes. Okay, so this will be center the lane on the left, same for the code, and then just do the road edge left as well. Road edge left. Okay, now the one final thing that we need is we need to get points at the center line as well. So to do that, I'm going to use this mark point assembly, which just puts in one of these points, just one of these little dots. So just click on your actually before you put it in this case, what I'm going to do is just change the properties of it in here. Okay, so this is going to be center line, and then change the point code as well, so center line, and then I'm just going to attach it by clicking on the assembly marker in the middle. Okay, so you'll know you've done that right if you click on the assembly, go to assembly properties, construction tab, you should see each of the assemblies here. Okay, and the codes as well, name and codes should be correct there. Okay, so we need to build our corridor from that then. So click on corridor. I'm going to call this resurvey setout as well. And the alignment is the surveyed one, profile is existing profile, that's my assembly. Target surface I don't need, I'm only interested in the X and Y coordinates. And then I want to set the baseline and region parameters. Yeah, so I need to basically go in and set the frequency of the corridor to 10 meters, and then set the targets to target the surveyed line mark. Okay, so click OK on that. going to go into set all frequencies first and set it to 10 meters for everything. And then you also want to turn off any of these additional sampling increments, so we're only getting points at the 10 meter intervals, or sampling points as well at the 10 meter intervals. That looks okay. And then going to set all targets. So in here then we'll see for the different sub-assemblies we're going to be picking setting our targets, and we're going to be picking the polylines, so make sure that's set to polylines here. Select from drawing. And what one was that? Center of the lane on the right. Okay, that's this line for me. And then we're doing the road edge right. Select from drawing. So just zoom in. And then similar for the left hand side. Okay, I'm just doing the road edge left as well. Okay, so just click OK on that, click OK, and just let it build the corridor. And what's probably no harm to do is just to turn on a style for the corridor that displays the links, so that you can verify that the links of the corridor coincide with where your sample lines are, your 10 meter design changes. Because the next step then is to extract the points out of the corridor, and it'll be extracting them at the link location. So I'm going to select my corridor properties, codes tab. I'm just selecting a different style. So again, the template that I'm using is the UKIE drawing template, which is found in the UKIE country kit. So click OK on that. Yeah, and you can see now that my I'm getting my blue lines, my corridor links at the same location as the sample lines. Okay, so they overlap. Okay, so the next step then is to extract the points from the corridor. So click on your corridor, go to Launchpad, select points from corridor. I'm going to say for entire corridor range here, it's going to put the points into a point group. So I'm going to call this Resurvey Setout. You see the points it's finding in the corridor here correspond to the sub-assembly. And click OK just to create those points. And you should see the points created there in your drawing. Okay. Okay, so it started numbering mine at 1,000, it looks like. Okay, so I already had points created in this drawing. So what you'll notice here is that it hasn't numbered the points incrementally for each cross section. It's done them per string. Okay, so it's gone along on each string. So there's 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on for that string, and then it comes back to the start and starts the next string and goes along for it. So in terms of setting those points out, it would be better if they were numbered, 1000 to 1005, 1006 to 1010, so basically numbered sequentially for each cross section down along the road. So that's just the way Civil 3D does it, but to edit that or to alter that, you're best to do it in Excel. So what we'll do is we'll export the points out to CSV file for import into your logger for setout. So right click on your point group here, export points, choose your destination file. So I'll just call this Resurvey Setout. I think I might already have it open. I didn't from before. So Resurvey Setout. I'm just going to overwrite that one that's there. Limit the points to the ones in the point group. That's fine. Click OK. Yeah, I'm going to overwrite what was there. And then I'm just going to open up that file. Resurvey Setout. Open. Okay, so you see the points coming in here into your Excel file, ready for setout. So basically all you need to do in here is renumber the points so that you know, they're numbered, you know, the first one is road edge left, second one is the centre of the left lane, third one is centre line, fourth one is centre of the right lane, fifth one is the centre of, fifth one is the road edge right. Okay, so that's fairly easily done in Excel. I don't think I need to kind of go through that in the video. Okay,